There's one. In the shallows. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Evans Boys YouTube channel. It's another cloudy day, so and that just means we can't fish at this time because it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain pretty hard. We got a big storm coming in. So I'm gonna go over some baits for the springtime. So these are the baits that we are gonna throw. We're gonna give you a list of baits that are gonna start in pre-spawn, and they're gonna carry over into a little bit of the bedding season. So we are actually on our way to 5,000 subscribers. So if you guys can do us a favor, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. All right, guys, let's get into this video. I'm super excited because this is one of my favorite times to fish. Peace. Here it is, the first bait right there. That's what I'm gonna be throwing. So as the waters start to warm up, a jerk bait. This happens to be the mock jerk bait, the work bait, the 90 work bait. I'm gonna use a nice color. This kind of represents like a perch, a trout, a bunch of different little things, but this is definitely what I'm going to be throwing. The first thing I'm going to be throwing is a jerk bait, a hard jerk bait. These things seem to get bit a lot of times. They're looking for food, they're looking for dying fish or an easy prey, and these things can mimic that. So the first one, we're going to throw a hard jerk bait for that springtime. You know, we're talking pre-spawn, and and we're gonna get into some spawn baits here. Okay, so the next thing that I am going to throw, and it's along that line, is a fluke. So it's a soft jerk bait. I like rigging these up in a donkey rig where you have two of them. It just gives you a little bit more of a chance. It kind of maybe looks like a little school going on when you have two and they're kind of darting around. Gives them a little bit more options, a little bit better presentation on a fluke. Kind of fish it the same way, just kind of heartbeat, what I call a heartbeat, where you pop and you pop these things and they go shooting around, weightless. But like I said, I like to fish a donkey rig with these. If you guys want to see how I actually set up donkey rigs, leave a comment down below and I'll go ahead and make a video on that. But it's a pretty cool technique. And this is my favorite color here. Has this purple on top with this white kind of belly, silver belly. These are great. I love these. I use them on my trailers as well. Okay, so that's the second one. Now the next thing I do is, it's gonna be a spinnerbait, guys. Spinnerbait for the spring is a great option. I like using these big willow blades, doing a slow roll. I will add a trailer, probably like a fluke trailer on this, so it'll look pretty good. It'll swim nice. This is a Z-Man. I like the Z-Man ones. They have a little bit different shape to them. Staying along that line, the next thing for the spring is definitely a chatterbait. I like using a red chatterbait. I'll use a jackhammer or just even these, the simple, like the original ones. These are really good. I like the fire crawl. We'll add a red fire crawl, usually a bandito bug that matches these. These are the ones that I love to use. For whatever reason, this red color really flares those fish up. We use a chatterbait, a bladed jig, so any kind of bladed jig will work great for you. This is probably one of my favorites, especially when it's bed season. For whatever reason, the bass, they don't like lizards. They hate lizards. They don't like them. And especially if you get one of these on its bed, they get it out of there as fast as possible. So I'm going to use something like this. I think this is a Mr. Twister worm or lizard. And the reason why I like it is because of the chartreuse tail. All right. So when you're watching that tail, when you're on a bed and you see it disappear, that's when you want to set the hook. Okay. And that's why I use these high vis, in the high vis situation, these lizards. A lot of people, they swear by the lizard that this is, the only way to fish. And I believe the lizard is really good. They don't like lizards, so they get them out as quick as possible. That's one of the major ones, especially during spawn. One of the last ones that we're going to talk about is the Swimbait. All right, this is a Huddleston. It's the 68 Deluxe. So it's a 6-inch Swimbait with a 8-inch tail. So this thing's gonna thump, you know, coming through the water. So I'm looking for those big females that are looking for a really good meal, especially during pre-spawn, that are gonna, they want to feed some, they want to feed up. This is what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use the 6-inch Huddleston at this time. I might throw an 8-inch on there depending on if I can find where they're kind of hanging out at. But this is my go-to swim bait, which is a Huddleston, just like this. I like the 68 because it has that 8-inch tail. That's the same size as the 8-inch tail, and it thumps, guys. I mean, it's just coming through the water and it's thumping. And this is what I do. I either use a trout colored one or a goldish color. You know, they just kind of see it. I don't know if they really recognize that, hey, that's a trout, I'm gonna eat it. But they do recognize it as a fish. So this is something that I'm going to be throwing quite frequently, and it's just kind of testing the water. I'm trying to find out where they're at. If you stick with these baits here, right here, you are definitely going to be catching fish during the pre-spawn. Any one of these baits, and you just kind of play around with it. They're a little more finicky at this time. Some people say that the pre-spawn is the best time to fish. I kind of differ. I like the fall, right? But pre-spawn is definitely fun. You catch a lot of fish. Sometimes it can be hard. The waters are warming up, so it just depends on where you're at. And these are pretty much universal. You know, I'm up here in Oregon, and this is what I'm throwing up here to try and find those fish. All right, guys, so I will leave links down in the description below. If you have any questions on any of these, or if you want to have any suggestions that we should put in here, drop them in the comments down below. All right, guys, I can't just leave you without any fish catches, but here's one we caught off a chatterbait. There's one. Oh. In the shallows. Oh, not bad. A little bit bigger. Looks like chatterbait's definitely a way to go. There we go. Look at that guy. Nice healthy fish. Nice healthy fish. Caught him real shallow. Looks like they're chasing things. All right, so we'll go ahead and let him go. There we go. There you go, bud. So that's two little ones. Kind of want a big one.